Hello, everyone, and welcome to Premed Academy. In today's lesson, we're talking about the roadmap to becoming a doctor. Let's see, what does the journey take from start to finish in the United States to become a full certified physician? All right, so we begin with high school, college, medical school, residency, fellowship, and finally becoming an attending. Regardless of this being our final destination, I would like to focus on the entire journey and enjoying the process. Let's look at high school first. This is typically 4 years in the United States, and this is where you begin laying the foundation for an interest in medicine. If you want to figure out whether this is a good career fit for you or you have specific interests, this is a great time to find people in the field and start exploring all of the career health pathways, whether that's a physician assistant, a nurse practitioner, and make sure that being a doctor is exactly what you want because, like we can see here, it's a long journey. From there, we move on to college. Again, in the United States, this is typically 4 years. Some people can do it in shorter or longer amount of time, depending on the individual and the institution. But this is where you really start taking all of the prerequisites for applying to medical school. This includes the science courses and also doing all of the required extracurricular activities like doing leadership projects, teamwork, collaborations, volunteering in hospitals, and experiencing a lot of different things with regards to healthcare to again continue and see if this is a good fit for you. During college or after college, you can choose to apply to medical school. Now, this involves an extensive process that may take up to a year or even more, from submitting your primary application to your secondary application to conducting interviews and finally being accepted. This can take a year or more. So, it is an extensive process and requires a lot of effort and energy. From there, once you are accepted into medical school, again in the United States, this is typically around 4 years long. Some people can do it in 5 or 6 years if they choose to take gap years during medical school. Typically, the first 2 years involve preclinical work. This means studying a lot of books, a lot of lectures, and really laying down the foundation of those basic sciences and basic principles in medicine. And then the last 2 years tend to be clinical. It means you're working in the hospital, gaining exposure, and figuring out what do you want to specialize in. During this last year of medical school, you are applying to residency, and residency is when you begin training for your specialty, whether that's internal medicine, psychiatry, surgery, radiology. Now, residency can take anywhere from 3 years, being the shortest for things like family medicine, all the way up to 7 years for things like neurosurgery. After residency, you can choose to further subspecialize if you are interested in that, and that is called fellowship. Fellowships can take anywhere from 1 to 3 years, sometimes even longer. If, for example, you do internal medicine and then you're interested in pursuing cardiology as a subspecialty, you may have to do 3 more years of cardiology after internal medicine. And finally, once you finish your fellowship, you can then become a board certified attending and reach your final destination. And so that is the roadmap to becoming a doctor. If you're interested in delving deeper and understanding each one of these processes, then please feel free to join us in Premed Academy, where we dig deeper in detail into each one of these portions of becoming a doctor. At Premed Academy, we help pre-med students get into their dream med school through low-cost education. We offer interactive courses, access to one-on-one advising with experienced mentors, and an extremely supportive and welcoming community. So if you're interested in joining, you can find the link in the description.